What's up, guys? Tim Halstead here for episode 18 of Building Up the Old 408 Cleveland. At the shop here, Don Rohde, Precision Engines in Port Clinton, Ohio, and he's helped me put this bad boy together. A lot of changes been going on since I last made a video. I got to do a shout out to Calvert Racing for sponsoring me. Sent me this nice shirt to wear. I appreciate that, Travis. They sent me a new leaf spring, and we're working on that. Since it's the first leaf spring, it's kind of, I need to take it apart, and we're going to custom build the spring, because mine's a little bit different than the other ones you buy. And I might post a picture of it, but you can see there's a 2.5-inch difference between the regular spring they sell for the Cougars or Mustangs. So we're kind of, maybe that's why my car has a good 60-foot time, I don't know. But we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, so we're here. We got the rings on the pistons. I'm file fitting them now. We've got one piston in the cylinder to check the deck height, and the piston is sitting above about 1 thousandths. So we should be okay in regards to that. We got the Molnar rods in there, and you can see that the offset is gone now. They're centered, and I'll try to move this, because it makes a difference, I think. You know, it's not putting a side load on the cylinder walls as much with a stroker with a Cleveland. They always say 408's not the best stroke, or 4-inch stroke's not the best. You know, can't comment on that. That's what I'm running. A lot of people run it. Go for it. Kind of give you a little setup of the rods. Here they are here with the rings all installed on it. And these are low tension oil rings, 043, 3mm ring package. You know, and I didn't know it, but there's even lighter and smaller rings than this. I think the 16th or something. I think the Molnar rods are actually a little bit lighter by a few grams than the scat rod, if I remember correctly. And we weighed up my pistons, and they're 422 grams. So I got it tilted up a little bit. You'll be able to see it better. I'll take the camera over and you can see the So you saw about the offset there. You can see that they're centered. That's pretty cool. And my old motor, most of the rods I thought were pretty close. There was a couple though that I took pictures of that were not centered. So we'll see how this comes back, and I'll be able to know the difference. I want to give a shout out to Morgan. He's really doing good work on those A3 heads for this and the intake. I posted pictures of those. He said he's going to do a little more work on them. I think he's not happy because they don't flow 400. But he said that's the 395 is all they have, but who knows? We'll find out. He's going to get them, do a little work on them today, finish up flowing them, get them in the mail by Monday. So I should have this thing back together in regards to the short block probably by Monday. We put the heads on. We got to check the piston and valve clearance. That's going to be a concern there, because this thing runs close. I told you I like a lot of quench. You know, I had mentioned before about the lightweight ring package. I ran a vacuum pump on this, and previously I never saw any difference with or without it. So with this situation, we got a different ring end gap. We're putting the top rings at 20 thousandths, and we're doing the bottom at 24 thousandths. So before, I think I was like 30, 32 and 35. So we've got things tightened up on this machine. I want to thank Scott Cook too for posting that picture of that new prototype intake he wants to send me to run. You know I'm going to run that, Scott. We'll put that on that 427 DragBoss. That'll be the intake with those secret A3 heads. You know, if these heads for this motor have potential, according to Morgan, to make what, 859 horse, I think he said, and those are going to be better than that. I think that's all I'm going to need for this thing. But I'll keep it posted. I'll post another video on the leaf springs, and then once we get moving around and start to assemble, because watching me grind these rings, it's like watching paint dry. You're not going to get nothing out of it. Main lesson from that is to make sure that the ring is square. You don't want to file that thing crooked. You want it perpendicular to the wheel. So it's riding that cylinder smooth, 90 degrees, not scraping the sides. That's it. So So I kind of lied. I will show you about the rings. I'm doing the grinding of the rings now for the end gap. This is the top compression ring. This one's going to be 20 thousandths. So I had measured it, kind of got an idea what it would need. I put it in the bore first, and then went over to the grinder, ground what I thought would be close. There's a dial indicator, but I don't know if I trust that yet. I just do it a little at a time because I haven't done rings in a long time. Last time I did it was with a hand grinder. So you go ahead and put it in the bore, flip it up. This centers it in the bore. We all know this. You've seen it all before. And once I got it in there, I like to pull the ring back up to make sure it's seated flush. We got our gauges here. One's red for 20, so you don't have to keep looking at it. It's a good little trick right there. Thanks to Don Rohde. And I'm kind of turning this way. It doesn't really matter which way I'm standing here. But I go ahead and I got 20 thousandths. You can't really see as I can, but there it is. Really need to wear glasses. It's funny, these little tiny details, especially building this. And it's got a snug fit, so to me that's perfect. And this is number 6. So you put them in the piston just the way you each bore. Measure them separately, so you keep everything with the same piston set. Then you don't have to worry about things getting lost. So that's going to be right here. We'll grab another one. So I'm doing the second ring in the 3rd cylinder, which is really 7 on this, we all know. Just a little bit more. And the Napier always goes down because it's bringing oil down to oil the cylinder. So keep your orientation when you're doing this. So I'm going to go ahead and grind this down. You know, the main thing is you got to put it in square. Now Don can do a set pretty fast. Me, on the other hand, I haven't done one of these in I don't know, a long time. So I'm kind of just
I gotta get the retainers and shit out of the parts wash and get this set up. Dark heads.
So it takes me a little bit longer to set it up, but I think you kind of get the idea what you're doing. Plus, I'm cautious about sticking my hand where things are spinning, even though this thing's only probably going 500 RPM. It looks pretty damn straight. I take a kind of file and kind of knock off any kind of burrs. I find with this kind of work, I need to wear my glasses. I just can't see it that good. I come back here, see if we can just rotate this a little bit. Now, I'm going to put it back the other way. I just want to kind of get an idea. If it is, I'll take it back out and check it. But because I was going this way, but I'm doing it for the camera. Trying to get an idea. Oh yeah, that's good. I'll take it out now and we'll do it the right way so I can do it while you're facing here. I like to twist it out by the ring like that. I was measuring it this way. Tilt it in. Center it with this wicked tool instead of using a piston. Pull the ring up tight so it's flat to the bottom of this whatever it's called. It's cool. Man, that thing looks straight as an arrow. Slight drag, to me that's good to go. So, like I said, this is cylinder number 7. So I'll put this with the 7th piston, and that's basically what we do. Next is going to be the compression ring. So here's the compression ring for number 7. This says up top, so we know that we want to put it in top. I've been kind of doing it the same way on every cylinder with the end gap going this direction, so I'm going to keep it the same way. Take the centering tool, pull it up tight, and then I look at it and get an idea. Because I'm looking at it now, it's almost buttoned. There's no way that it's going to fit without grinding some of that out of there. And with this one, I'm a little more cautious grinding it because I just don't want to screw up. So there again, I put it in this just like the top, the same way every time. I want to see the top up on in this case. I like to make sure it looks like it's square, which it does to me. Like I said, I'm cautious with this. I don't have enough confidence to just zip through these. It took me probably 4 times to do the last one. Another rainy day in Ohio. But you know what? I ain't working, so that's good. So I worked this weekend. I think I worked probably 55 hours in 3 days. Friday was a nightmare. ER was busy. It's like sometimes I wonder how I get through these days. So we'll check this. It's centered, but I can tell already the way it looks that it's not enough. But you get the idea. I'm not going to do every one of these. I just wanted to show you that I'm doing it and paying attention. I know it's not close, but I'm still going to measure it just because I want to get a feel of where I'm going. So that's it. So stay tuned. We'll come back when we've got some more parts together. Like I said, I wanted to give a shout out, like I said, to Morgan and Travis Van Kirk at Calvert's, who's been helping me. Doug at Precision Oil Pumps. Todd Fuchs with 351cleveland.net. Blake Livingston, a lot of people I just can't remember. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anybody. But I appreciate you watching, and I see a lot of people are interested in this. It's coming along. We're looking at like maybe by Monday or Tuesday having it done. And it'd be nice if they were here by Thursday, have this thing done by next Friday. I think Billy Ray Morgan's coming into town from California to help me put it in, and that's our plan. Subscribe and share. Thank you. Done.